All right, snowshoe stick up. Last half of high school, we're living in Virginia, and we would spend a good portion of our time driving to ski in Pennsylvania, New York, Vermont, everything, because it was within striking distance. And we always did these as day trips. We'd get up at 2 a.m, be in New York by 8, first chair, ski all day, come home, catch like an 11 o'clock movie after, your 6-hour drive home. And we skied well over 40 days, doing this all throughout high school. And one of these days we went to Closer Mountain. A whole crew went with us. And we went to, I think it was either Blue Knob or Round Top or one of the mountains in Pennsylvania. It was like about a 3-hour drive. We get up there, we had a great day skiing, but at one point in the middle of the day, there was a goggle problem. There was enough snow or the sun or something where somebody didn't have goggles or glasses, and so both Uncle Spud and I had our M-frames. We threw on our M-frames and gave them our goggles. But in that process, I'd given Uncle Spud the car keys, and when he came back, rather than handing them to me, he was cute and threw them in my hood. So I reached back in my hood, put them in my pocket, and then we went to lunch and we went about our day skiing. All of this is gonna add up in a bit. So we finished our day skiing, it's time to go home. We go to get in the car and I can't find my car keys. Everybody looks everywhere. We're looking through the snow, we're looking, in pockets, we're trying to think of everywhere it could be and can't find it. And maybe I accidentally threw it out on the food tray at lunch. Wasn't sure, but point is, no car keys. Now, as a side note, I had a tendency to lock my keys in my car a lot, and so I got really good at breaking into my car. I'd broken into my car many times, using tent poles, coat hangers, and everything that was available. I was very good at getting into my car. And so I was like, all right, another day. The plan A was, we're gonna break into my car and then we'll hotwire it. All right, and this is a great plan. So what we didn't factor in in this case was it was so cold that as I was trying to shimmy open the window shattered. So that's a bummer, but on the good side, we're now in the car, and so we were trying to hotwire the car. Now, Uncle Spud worked in an auto shop. He basically had rebuilt engines, kind of knew what he was doing. So I thought we had a chance to hotwire this car, but it was a foreign-made car. Either way, we were not able to hotwire the car. We'd broken open the housing, we got in the wires. It just, no luck at all. So now we go to plan B. Plan B is awesome, right? Plan B is they all pile into the other car that came, and they're all going to drive all the way back to Virginia, and Uncle Spud is going to get in his car. He's going to drive all the way back to Pennsylvania to bring me my spare key, and then he and I are going to drive back to Virginia together. So we're looking at like 9 hours of driving with Plan B. Like I said, Plan B is awesome. But we don't have much other choice, and so we start Plan B, they hop in the car and drive away. Now, remember in the back of my mind, I was like, maybe there's a chance that we accidentally threw out the keys. So I went to the lodge manager. I said, I need to go through all the trash. I may have thrown my car keys out in the trash. And after he processed what I'd said, they took me out back and showed me. Fortunately, it wasn't a super busy lodge. There were only about 13 or 14 massive trash bags. And I spent the next 30 or 45 minutes digging through all the trash for the entire lodge. And I remember I was on like the 13th or 14th of 13 or 14 bags. I was about elbow deep. And somebody stuck their head out the back door and said, hey, somebody just turned in a set of keys at the front desk. And I was like, yes, please let them be mine. So closed up the trash bag, got cleaned up in the bathroom bit, went to the front desk. Yeah, they were my car keys. Perfect. So now, plan C. I need to get home in time to stop Uncle Spud from driving back and basically intercept plan B. Well, and keep in mind, this is not the cell phone world that it is now. I couldn't just call one of my 6 or 7 friends who were packed into that car and say, hey, I've got my stuff, I'm on my way, don't worry about it, right? I was calling our home phone in Virginia, nobody was picking up. there was no way to get in touch with anybody. So now I start my speed racer cannonball run. Keep in mind, now this is where we get back. We roll back. Remember how I broke into my car and shattered the window? It's freezing cold outside. How am I gonna drive home with the window open, not freeze my butt off the whole way? So what did I do? I put on my whole ski outfit, right? The full deal, hood, goggles, mask, everything. And I basically am ready to go. The window's wide open, whatever, and I am going far too fast. And by far too fast, what I mean is I was probably doing like 120. I was trying to get home to try to catch Uncle Spud before he left to come back, because for some reason I wasn't leaving a message on the home phone, and nobody, I think we had a car phone, but nobody was picking up nobody else had car phones, and nobody was picking up anything. So that wasn't working. So I'm blazing from Pennsylvania to Virginia at 120 miles an hour. Do not do this, rascal. Do not do this, okay? But, and inevitably, as I'm racing, I need to stop for gas. And so I come flying into this gas station, screech to a halt. I go running into the gas station, like attendant store or whatever like that. And as I run in the door, she just goes like this. Because I went in there, I was fully masked, right? And I had come in there with such an intensity, she thought it was a stick up. And I was like, no. I had 20 bucks in my hand. I took the 20, I slammed it on the counter. I was like 20 on 3, and I went running back out. I'm sure she was confused as the living daylights. Threw gas in my car. It was probably more like 10 on 3 back then, but whatever it was. Threw gas in my car and continued my blaze home with, windows down, my snowsuit on, speed racer type stuff. I get home and they're not there. I don't know where they are. I'm thinking Uncle Spud is driving back to Pennsylvania. I have no way to get word to him. I'm not really sure what plan D is going to be at this point. And as it turns out, I had been driving so fast that I beat them home by like half an hour. And so, again, don't do this, rascal, right? Just, fortunately, we live in a cell phone world. You never should have to do this. You'll be able to call your friends and let them know what the plan is without having to come up with plan B, C, and D. But through a whole series of Lemony Snicket style unfortunate event type thing, broken windows, digging through trash, gas station holdups, etc. That's how all the pieces added up to put me in a position where I was mistakenly thought to have been sticking up a gas station and managed on a crazy cannonball run to beat my brother and our friends home. So that wraps up this freestyle adventure. I hope you all dug it, and I'll catch you for the next one.